Hello everybody and welcome to a new video. My name is Ginger and I'm happy to see anyone that is new or old. Welcome back to another video, and today we're going to be talking about a game that I've been making lots of videos on recently. I have 3 videos previously on this game alone, and it's called Ground Branch, and it's a tactical based shooter that is on Steam. I really get a great vibe out of this game. I play Tarkov, I play Ready or Not, and something about this game, I just like, my attention is just hooked on this game recently, and it accomplishes a lot of other things that other games, in my humble opinion, don't think do. So, let's just say you bought Ground Branch, and this is what you see right now. What do I do? Today I'm going to be making an informational video, and hopefully it'll turn into a series helping you guys understand Ground Branch a little more. It took me a little while to understand what Ground Branch is and what all you need to bring to the table to fully understand this game and have fun. We're gonna hop right in here. So let's say I just bought Ground Branch. What do I do? First thing to do is look at your settings. Make sure everything is proper. I mean, this game is in early access, so I don't know how your Ground Branch is going to look like. But these are my settings, or my keybinds, if you want to see. Go ahead and I'll scroll through. Pause the video if you would like. Like I said, I just bought Ground Branch. What do I do? What do I need to do to get ready to understand the game? You guys probably have hopped into a game or even the training area and have played, but I think the big thing is this. The developers put this in for a reason, and I think it's a very big part of the game is the training facility or the farm. If you go to this and play on this map, you will understand the fundamentals of Ground Branch. Alrighty, we loaded into the training range, or the farm. Now, it might look different for you. I don't think the game is fully loaded in for me yet. But I do have different graphical settings and everyone, so take everything with a grain of salt. So you spawn over here in this location here. The big main area where I feel like you're gonna be spending most of your time is gonna be at the airplane, and over here in the outdoor shooting range. And this is where I spend most of my time, especially if I'm gonna play around with kits or guns or try out different scopes. This is where I'm gonna be. Hit it center mass there. And this is really cool. This is a really cool area if you want to try out your weapons, your kits, because you can see how far you can shoot with your weapon. And this is my setup that I used actually in my most recent video. Basically, you're gonna come in here and I would try out your weapons. Just shoot around, feel how the game plays out. If you've never played a tactical shooter before, it is a whole different experience than Call of Duty or your Valorants, your CS:GOs. It's a big jump, and come on, yeah, but it is a big leap forward in gaming. Right here you're gonna see these tables, and you can hold F to resupply, so you get like more magazines and extra grenades or whatever for your kit. But this is where I primarily spend most of my time, is in here, and this is insane. I absolutely love this because this turns the tide of it being a tactical shooter into a sandbox where you yourself, the person playing the game, gets to choose what's going to be on your guy, you know? And this is what I primarily run here, but we're going to go through all the basics and we're going to digest everything. This video is primarily going to be focusing on the basics of the Customize Operator screen and understanding what everything does. So, let's get right into this. So, we got our weapons here, and you're going to see all of these these yellow names that I have for guns. Don't worry about those. Those are all my own presets for guns because you can make presets. So we're gonna let's see. Well, what do we like? We're gonna take we'll do a rifle. So this is the rifle tab. You got your submachine guns, your shotguns, your assault rifles, battle rifles / snipers, and then you have your heavy machine gun, which is just a M249. We are going to be looking at the assault rifles here. And I am going to I've never used the M4A1 SOP mod. So we're going to use the SOP mod. And the SOP mod actually comes with its own attachments on already, but we're going to change those. So if you go back and if you're following with me, let's just select the M4A1 SOP mod, and there's this little gear right here. You're going to click that. On the gear, you're going to be brought to this screen. And if you hold right-click on your mouse, you can drag the gun around. It's kind of like Tarkov's mechanics, if you ever played Tarkov with looking around or inspecting your weapon. You can use scroll wheel to zoom in or out on your weapon. And you can use left-click to just move it left, right, up, and down. So we use scroll wheel to zoom in. And we're going to take a look at this weapon. So, when you're playing like Call of Duty or something, you only have maybe minimal attachments. So you can, alright, put the grip on there or, put the sight on there. And, okay, that's my gun. Well, in this game, you can literally put anything you want on this weapon. Ooh, that's not even fully stripped. I was about to say, this is a fully stripped M4A1 SOP mod. Fully stripped. There's absolutely nothing on here that is put a gun. And this is just the full model, full base model, nothing on it. And so with the SOP mod, it gives you lots and lots of choices, right? So we have 2 Picatinny rails up top. We got a Picatinny rail on the right side and left side and on the bottom of the gun. I find the downside of this weapon is the gas block here, which is the front sight. On the M4A1 SOP mod, you cannot remove this. So in order to overcome that, you need something with a riser, something that can see over it, and we'll take care of that. So right now, we have our base gun, and we're going to go down all of the essentials that should go on your weapon. And this is also something that is my personal opinion. Not every gun needs a laser sight or a flashlight. If you want to run a bare bones gun, you can always have fun with a bare bones gun. And that's the nature of the game. You can just enjoy the bare bones weapon. So, we're going to go into lights and lasers, and we have different choices. We'll start from the top. So we got a PEC 15 and PEC 15 in black here, and this is really cool. So you see when I pick up the PEC 15, and this is left click, I'm left clicking and dragging, and so you see the PEC 15, it's floating there. And so there is multiple points I can place this on. I can place it under, on the side, or on top. And for this particular, I'm going to put it on top. And all of these dots, I'm going to give you a side view here. All of these dots on top represent a spot you can place it on. So you can place it there, there, or all the way. I'm pretty sure the peg. Okay, that's not. Yeah. Okay. So realistically, your PEC 15 would probably be like right there. It wouldn't be in the gas block, clipping through the gas block. That, once again, game's in early access. So yeah. So I feel like the essential. I run a PEC 15 on my rifles in this game. especially my submachine guns, especially if I'm using night vision. It's very good because you have the IR illuminator and the two different types of lasers, night vision, IR, and just red regular light laser. And now you don't have to put a laser module on there, or you don't even have to put a flashlight on there, because if you're going to be running nods, the IR illuminator works the same exact as a flashlight. But what I use is all of these flashlights, tac light, the M300C, the M600V, and the WMLX. They're all good choices. I really like the WMLX a lot more. I feel like it's a lot brighter than some of the other flashlights, but don't quote me on that. I just feel personally. And I usually put it on the right side because I'm not going to be able to see it. Because I hold, you shoulder your gun with your right shoulder. And I put it on the right side. It gives me a little more, like, relief with my left hand coming under the gun. It just gives me a lot more screen view. People do put it on the left side just to see it? Give that visual aspect of that. And yeah, that's lights and lasers. Once again, you can place these wherever you want. You can put the tac light on the bottom, the left side, the right side, all the way up, all the way back. Cool stuff like that. Now, rail and mounts. So these are really cool because now I can place, if I move my flashlight forward a little more, I can put these short panels on and cover my rails. It's not necessary, but it's really cool looking, and yeah, you can just cover all your Picatinny with these covers, and we're gonna do that today. But along with those rails, you also have extended risers, stuff like that. So if we do want, let's say the sight we're going to use doesn't have a riser, you can use this EBR extended riser. You can use, maybe you're going to use a smaller sight, so we're going to put a small riser on. Or if you want, okay, that's a little small, okay. And then let's say you want a bigger sight, so you put a big riser on, right? So you have all of these choices, and I could put a big riser on and then put a big scope on it, right? Instead of having to put a big scope on here and then have my front sight block obscure my sights. So this is the sight section, and it might be very, very overwhelming at first. So you have all of these amazing choices, from American-made to Russia, to big nations that have sites that have created, different types of sighting or optic choices, and they're just it's an amazing thing, with all of these choices, for your gun, because now you have unlimited choices. You choose whatever you want. We could have one of these hollow sights, and some of these, and you can just mess around with all of these. You want it to be a long-range weapon or a mid-range battle rifle, you can put the ACOG on there. That's the 4 times. There's even the 6 times that you can throw on there. Or if you want a 1 to 8 times, you put the sniper scope on top, right? You have all of these choices between all of these sights. And I think my favorite one that I like running is the HSW EXPS 3 and the G33 magnifier. And now the magnifier will make this 1 times a 3 times when you flip it up. And this magnifier can be used with most optics. So you can so this isn't, I'm unsure the manufacturer of the G33, but you can even mix it with a Russian optic. the OKP7, or you can even do it with like the Cobra, which it looks really funny, but you can do it. And that's just like the creative liberty of, you know, the game and the gun that you want to use, right? Yeah, it's just not practical and silly, but you can do it. That's why they put it in the game. Even like stuff like this, you can have silly stuff. But like I said, I am going to run this look here. Another thing is you can't use the G33 with a magnified optic already, so like I can't use a G33 in an ACOG. Or I can't use the G33 and the sniper scope. Alright, under barrel. So, now, I like running the SVG vertical grip. And I usually run it on the very front dot on the weapon. I don't know. I just like the look of it. It's thick. Looks like it'd be hefty if someone's holding it. But let's say your gun is set up as a battle rifle roll. And it's going to get rid of our flashlight, but we're going to do it anyway. The bipod has no use right now, but if I am playing a sniper role character, battle rifle character, I put the bipod on my gun anyway. It gives me that feeling of, you know, I can deploy this and shoot. And I do think, like I said, this game is in early access. I'm going to keep saying that. But I do think the devs have plans of making the bipod usable. But this is another cool thing, is I grab the stubby grip and throw it on behind the bipod. Look at that. And there's multiple grips. You got the angle grip, bipod grip, vert grip, RVG, vert grip, SVG. So many choices. Now, on to muzzle. Now, for the M4A1 SOP mod, you have two choices. You have a black suppressor, which we'll be using today, or a FED suppressor, which is tan. And, yeah, like if you're going to go into, let's say, a desert climate or area, and this game does have those maps, I specifically run FED items. Like my Holo comes in FED, my G33 comes in FED, or I want my PEC 15, it comes in FED. So I can throw those on my gun to, you know, throw up a mix of patterns to blend in with the background that I am playing on. And since this game is multiplayer, that might actually help you against actual people. But today we're just going to be running the black suppressor. Then we have magazine and ammo. And this is why I like using a M4 on this game. And I hate saying that because I absolutely love AK-47s and I run them in this game still. But the M4 has a 35 round mag. And the 35 rounders are, you know, I mean, people do run the 20 rounders. It gives the gun a good look. I mean, there's a lot going on right there. But yeah, the 20 rounders would be used for like a sniper roll, battle rifle roll. If you want to turn one of these, I wouldn't use the SOP mod for maybe a battle rifle roll, but I guess you could. But like you got the Stanag. But I usually put the PMag 35 round, get those 5 extra rounds in there. Might save your life. So yeah, that's pretty much all the attachments for an M4. There's so many different attachments for different guns. Some guns take certain attachments, some guns don't. It all depends on what weapon you're using, and this is a modern weapon design, so this can pretty much take every single modification that can be slapped on a weapon. So, once you're done modifying your weapon, and this is the finicky part that everyone has to get used to, for right now, is when you click apply, you have to put a build name on it. So, it tells you like, please name this build whatever M4A1 Sock Mod 2.0, and early on I did that where it was like, oh, 2.0, 3.0, whatever, 1, 2, and I just got so bored that I just started typing random numbers. So we're just gonna do that. And like my plate carrier is just a bunch of random numbers. So yeah, that's the primary weapon done. Woo! Oh man, here we go. Secondary. Thank gosh that there isn't a lot of secondaries, but you do have like, there's 2 different Glocks, 1911, M17, Berettas, SIG. There's a good amount. I don't think I've used the 1911, so we are gonna use the 1911, and you could put a suppressor on it. I am not. And I don't need to create anything. So boom, loadout done. We get the M4A1 SOP mod. Set up how set up with attachments on it. It's not how I would run it, but how maybe one of you guys are going to be running it. And then I just have a 1911 as my secondary. It's the same thing. You just click the cog, and you can throw on different attachments, like magazines and stuff, and suppressors, maybe sights if your gun allows it. Alright, and that is the gun section done. But now we're gonna get into customization of your character. So for right now, there's only 4 different male appearances. There's male 1, 2, 3, and 4. I'm currently running male 3. And for gear, alrighty. So we are going to go bare bones. He has absolutely nothing on him. And if you were paying attention previously, my loadout has completely changed. You want to know why? Because I no longer have a plate carrier on. I can't carry magazines. I don't have a holster on. I can't carry a pistol. You know, it's those things that play into this game that make it realistic. Is like, you know, I don't have a holster. I can't have a pistol. If I don't have a plate carrier, I can't hold magazines. Big thing that plays into this right now is weight. Is if if I go in as a heavy machine gunner with an M249, I am going to be significantly slower than my counterpart that is a submachine gun, a guy with a submachine gun. He's carrying 9mm and I'm carrying whatever 7.62x51 NATO, and it's heavy, and I'm carrying 100 round box mags. And so headgear, it adds, and it pains me, but I feel like, because I haven't tested this out, and I don't know if you getting shot in the head really changes anything, but I'm pretty sure that helmets don't deflect anything, which sucks. But it is really cool to set up how you want your character to look. And this is what I typically run right here. This is my, I call it full kit. So right here is, and it works the same thing as your guns, is if you click these cogs, you can take a look at your character a little close up and show you all the attachments. So your headset, NVGs, nods, and your strobe. So right now, this is how your helmet will probably look when you put it on your character. This is the helmet I like to run. But some people run maybe like whatever the airframes. I haven't used an airframe particularly. But if you like the airframes, this is the airframe. This is for you airframe lovers. But yeah, so it works exactly like a weapon. You just drag and drop, boom, headset's on. NVGs, boom, it's on. And then strobe is completely up to you. If you're playing solo, I wouldn't put it on there. But if you are playing with people or in night vision, I would put the strobe on there. If you do want a realistic setup for your character, if you're going to play in the daytime, no strobe, no NVGs. Just run it like this. For your chest rig, I like using the JPC. It's small, lightweight, and it doesn't like the whatever this is, the MPC makes you considerably more heavier, and I like running JPC. It's the downside to it being small is you actually lose space on your rig, and you can't put a lot of things on there. And that's really the big one for me. For belts, any gun belt will do. They'll throw a bunch of stuff on there for you. I don't really have a particular setup for a gun belt or battle belt. I like using the gun belt. My friend that I play with, he runs the gun belt. But right now, I'm running the gun belt. Holster. This is the big one right here. Make sure you have a holster on, because if you don't have a holster on, you won't be able to put a 1911 in it. Yes, make sure you have a holster, and that will make your secondary slot be able to slot a pistol. Eyewear, completely up to you. I like running the dark goggles. The dark goggles on the other helmet actually make the strap go over the helmet, which is really cool, because it depends on what helmet you're running. So, like, if I'm running, let's say, I'm running the airframe, and I want my full kit helmet. Boom, straps on the outside now. There's that. And I run a balaclava. I think my buddy Mark was also wearing a balaclava when we were doing our little boat raid. I don't know. So it's just one of those tactical things, you know, like can't see my face, but it does come in different colors. And I don't know if I have said this yet, but if you go up to the top right corner and click on it, it will pull up a color tab, right? So if you click on the individual item, let's say the helmet, it'll pull up the helmet tab. But if you want to change the color, you have to click the corner. Alright, top. Doesn't matter. The combat top, if you're gonna go full combat mode, any of these, it doesn't really matter. It's all personal preference. You can do a flannel if you really want to, or like a short sleeve, or even just a t-shirt. Heck, I'll throw on the t-shirt. Why not? I'll throw on a red t-shirt. And then I'll change my balaclava to black. There we go. Boom. Red t-shirt. And then pants, like I said, there's only so many selections. Ghillie pants, those are cool. Ghillie pants covers, they also have, like, you know, grass and stuff, bush. And then you got your jeans, and, you know, we'll run the jeans because, you know, we're tactical. Assault gloves. I run the assault gloves, I think, in... Yeah, so the assault gloves are like those knuckle gloves that are U.S. military. They have the knuckles on them. I run them in, what is this, Coyote Brown most of the time if I'm doing like a desert op. Foliage green, I don't really use those. Just use black, and khaki is just like watered down version of Coyote Brown, but we'll do the black right now so it matches the kit. And there you go. That is it. You finally made it. Your kit is done. This is how you like it. And like I said, this is one gun and one piece of clothing and one helmet and one pair of goggles and balaclava, and like you have so many choices of different rifles, different M4 platforms, different AK platforms, different AK platforms, and different submachine guns. Like, you have so many choices of different things you can do. But now, once you're done, you can click apply, and that will apply everything you changed about your kit onto your guy. And you want to make sure you do that. Don't click discard, don't click escape, make sure you click apply. Now, let's say you really like your gun and you saved it as or whatever, right? You saved it as Satmon 2.0. And you really like running the M4A1 with the 1911. You can click Save Loadout, and you can save current loadout and name it as whatever. My gun. My gun. Right, I'm going to save it as my gun. And now, if I switch to, let's switch to AK. It will switch to the AK that I use very often. Okay, let's, you know what, I'm tired of using the AK. Let's switch back to my gun. There we go. Now it's saved. And you can do that with your gear and your outfit. Is you can save both of these, which I'm not going to, because I already have a bunch of gear and outfits saved. But you can save your outfits to where you can match, and then you could even mix and match your gear and outfits. Like I have different desert ops, and sometimes maybe I want to do a chocolate chip with, you know, khaki pants, or, you know, just different things. Alright, now that we're done customizing, and we spent 40 minutes of that, just customizing your gun and your clothing and everything, now you can finally shoot. Here we go. And, you know, you pull out your gun and you get to shoot in, have some fun with it, you know. Play around with your gun, switch to your secondary. Alright, now that you're done playing around with your weapons, you can actually use it to the fullest of its ability. So right now, so on my mouse, there's actually 2 buttons on my mouse, and I use them for my flashlight. So on my mouse right now, I am clicking a button that is on the side of my mouse that is activating my flashlight, and this is me holding it and releasing it. So I can, you know, and over here next to the weapon table, you can actually go and switch your time. And now it is dark as crazy. But now, I can turn on my flashlight, and I can actually see things, you know? Alright, and one of the keybinds I have on my, my gun is laser and flashlight. Once again, those are my keybinds. They're on my mouse. And so a keybind that I haven't changed is in. If you press in, it will put you in night vision mode. And this is what night vision mode looks like. And you have your white light and your laser. And this is what it looks like. Now, in night vision, your scope gets really bad. Like, that is... you can't shoot anything with this. Okay, I stand corrected. You can shoot things with that. But yeah, you don't typically want to be using your nods with optics. And a way to get around that is using iron sights. Those are great, especially ones with night sights. I don't think the 1911 has night sights on it, but it is way better to use a gun with iron sights. And that's the reason why I equipped the 1911, just to show off the iron sights of a gun. And the 1911 actually does not have a Picatinny rail on the bottom of it to hold a flashlight, but like a Glock, you can run a flashlight on it, and you will be able to see at night and be able to engage the enemy up close. Now, To pull out your main weapon, your battle rifle of choice, whatever it may be, M4A1 SOP mod, we're going to come back over here and actually change the time of day. So, got my gun, and we're going to go over the basic keybinds here to teach you how to play the game. Change your firing mode, and this is the most important because you will be starting off in single fire if you open up the game. You want to press X. That will put you into full auto. And I have been caught with my pants down because of just hopping in and trying to play game, and then, oh, I'm in semi-auto. Oh my gosh. But yeah, make sure your gun is in full auto when you join a game. The next big thing is, oh, how do I use my optic? Let's see, you put a G33 on here. The big one is middle mouse button. So if you hold middle mouse button, you have a selection wheel, and you can change your laser mode, whether you have an IR or visible laser, your flashlight, your magnifier, your illuminator, all of those things. There is actually an easier way to turn on your magnifier. So I'm going to put my gun into... So my gun is in ready, right? And if you use your scroll wheel up, it will put it in a high ready. If you scroll down, it'll put it in ready. If you put scroll wheel down, it will put it in low ready. And I personally enjoy low ready. My buddy Mark enjoys high ready. It's all personal preference. But especially if I'm clearing a corner, you really want to be in ready. The next big thing is what I was saying was the G33. Let's say you have a G33 on and you are trying to engage someone really far, and then someone comes close, and then you have to open the menu. There's actually an easier way to do that. There is a keybind, and you hold left Alt on your keyboard, and you use your scroll wheel, and it will scroll up and down, and you can do this. Boom. Cool stuff like that. That is really awesome. Another thing, if you have played Tarkov, there is two types of reloads. There's a double R reload, and that is if, let's say, I'm in a pinch, and, I just shot that guy, and, I know I'm getting low on ammo. You press the double R, and it'll drop your magazine, and you get right back into the action. Or, let's say, I just killed this guy, and I need a quick reload, and I know I have some ammo in my mag, just tap R, and it won't drop it. So right here is my 35 round magazine, and I can pick it up and put it back into my rig. So, we're going to shoot a little bit, and then double tap R, it will drop that in mag, and you'll be able to pick it up. Or, let's just hold R, check our magazine. This is a full magazine. Let's reload. So, now that you have a full magazine in your gun, and let's say we'll mow this guy down. I'm just gonna hold down for those full 35 rounds until my gun clicks. Click. There it is. Click, 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 click. My gun is empty. Now, this is cool. If you tap R, it'll go back into your vest, and it'll be an empty mag. You can throw the empty mag back in your gun on accident. It's happened. Or you can double click R. Toss that baby. Put another round in there. Right? And you can even pick it up. So that's another thing. It's like, I'm fighting. Get that mag out of here, boy. Fighting. Get it out of here. Empty one in. Yep. Yeah, so you could accidentally put an empty magazine in your gun. But another really cool thing is, if you find a bad guy you killed with a M4 gun that takes 5.56, you can actually go up to his body and pick up his magazine and then put it in your gun. You'll have a whole nother magazine. It'll probably be half used if you're fighting him, but it's really cool. And I usually use the fast reload on my pistols. because there's not a lot of ammo, and usually it's right in close range, so. But yeah, that is the basics. That is what I have to drop on you guys for today. If you enjoyed the video, please drop a like, subscribe, and let me know if I helped you with anything or you want me to cover. I am totally down to do whatever. Message me personally if you want to see something covered or need help with the game. And if you need anything, let me know. Anyways, it's been a pleasure, and I hope you guys have a good one. Peace.